at yet another wilderness trailhead, this time in Central Oregon in the Cascades. Gonna try and climb South Sister today. Unfortunately, I just had to move farther down the road because I didn't realize I needed to do a pre-reservation wilderness permit for this trail. So I had to come to the trailhead that I didn't need to do the pre-registration. I could just get one from the box here. So it's going to be a little bit longer day than I anticipated. Might be round trip 20-ish miles, I'm thinking. I don't know, but at least it's not as much elevation gain. Only 5,000 elevation gain, and most of that's at the end. So I'm gonna get cooking here. It's just after 7 a.m. and try and cover some miles, and get some stuff done since now I had to move farther down the road. So let's get started. So far, this trail's not bad, except I kept running into all these down trees. Like you can see, it's been maintained in the past, but probably not this year yet is my guess. So there's a down tree there. There's like 3 more up ahead. So that's slow in progress a little bit. Trying to keep a good mental attitude here, but my guess is this is gonna go from a 12-mile day to a 22-mile day. So we're gonna make an assessment at noon where we're at, so in about 4 hours from now. And if we haven't reached the summit, probably gonna have to turn around because I don't know if I have that much energy in me. I wasn't planning on this big a mileage today, but we'll see. Keep on going. I will say the nice thing about having to take the long approach is no one else is doing the long approach. So I haven't seen a single person, no one at that parking lot, just me and the Three Sisters Wilderness. That's what I'm in right now. Pretty gorgeous. It's big Pacific Northwest coniferous forest. Beautiful. About halfway back to where I originally would have started, and it's taken me about 45 minutes. So if we do the math on that, this is going to add about 3 hours total to my day, which that's not terrible. It's really easy going. Just this little bit of snow crossings that I keep having to go through these down trees, but other than that, not bad. I can handle an additional 3 hours in beauty like this. Okay, I'm back on track now. That was a 5 3/4 mile extension one way there. It took me 1 hour and 45 minutes. So I'm gonna plan, it's probably gonna be the exact same time on the way back. So overall, 3.5 hour detour. Not terrible. We got good weather. There's a weather system coming in tomorrow. It's supposed to rain and get cold. So today's the day to do this, but feeling good on the main trail now. Just stopped and had a snack break, refueled, ready to go, get this done. So far, this is a pretty easy trek up here, just up this snow path. No rocks, no sticks, no logs, just up and up. I'll take it. It's gotten progressively steeper up here. I don't know how well the camera picks that up, but pretty steep up this snow slope. But at least it's easy going. As long as I don't stop, or the mosquitoes start to get me like they are now. But hey, that's spring in the mountains for you. I always find the pink snow up in the mountains here kind of interesting. I think it's like some type of like snow algae. It's really cool. Trust me, it's not fire retardant. It happens everywhere, but really pretty to look at. Anyway, I think up there in the distance I see my objective, South Sister. I don't know which peak it actually is, if it's the one on the left or the right. But whichever. It doesn't look too bad. It looks like I'm going to come up the left-hand side there. You can actually see some tracks. Should be pretty straightforward. Not too shabby. Sat down to take a break in the shade. Get away from the snow. It is just roasting with that sun beating down. There's also not a single wisp of air moving, no wind at all. But it sure is peaceful up here. I will say that I think I underestimated the amount of snow that would still be up here. It's still full on winter, and it's June 19th today, which is absolutely crazy. Just speaks to the volumes of snow that this region gets. But it's going okay. We'll see how the snow conditions are once I start the actual ascent up there. Then make a decision up there, but so far so good. Getting closer now. See, there's a couple of skiers up there. I believe that's the route I'm gonna take. It's so hot out. It's honestly not that hot out, but with the sun reflecting off the snow, keep having to take these breaks in the shade to cool down. But we got another big push up to where those people are. So once I'm up there, it should be relatively straightforward and maybe be done with the snow up to the summit. Well, that is not the summit I'm going for. It's a false summit. I need to go around that. The real summit's behind it. But it looks like there's a whole bunch of people carrying skis up there, so they must be skiing down the side or something. But got about a mile to go, about 1,500 more feet. It's just under, or just before noon right now. I feel good to summit. It's gonna be fast going back down with all the snow sliding that's gonna be happening. And it's finally cooler up here. Probably about a dozen people in front of me right now, which makes sense. Even though it's a Thursday, it's a federal holiday. So bound to be busy out here. But yeah, this final ascent's pretty cool. Lots of red lava rock. A little bit soft, but nothing haven't done before. About 1,000 feet. We should make her up there. No problem. Made it up to the summit caldera, I guess you'd call it. The true summit's over there, so I'm gonna head around over there. In the middle though, there's this giant glacier. And I don't trust walking across a giant unknown glacier, so I'm gonna walk along the, I guess you could call it crater rim, caldera rim. Almost there. I made it. Let's go. 6,000 feet of climbing, 6 hours, 12.5 miles. Would have been a lot less on the mileage if I wouldn't had to start so far away. But you can see the other two sisters behind me. They're almost as tall as this one, but South Sister is the tallest, I think. 10,358 feet, depending on what source you're looking at. But again, a gorgeous view up here. There are some clouds just starting to roll in. We're supposed to have a front coming through later tonight, so we're just getting the beginning of that. You can see, absolutely gorgeous up here right now. See the giant caldera slash crater behind me. Looks amazing. Definitely a tough one with that mileage. It should be a lot faster on the way back though, where I can glide down that snow. But I'm gonna rehydrate, fuel up, enjoy the view, and get out of here. In case you're wondering what not to do, it's what these two people are doing. Walk across a glacier, unroped. This one guy's about to walk off the edge here, in the middle of a volcanic crater. Would not recommend doing that. Stay off the glaciers, especially in literally the middle of a volcano. Looks like they figured it out, and hopefully they're heading for the edge though. Let the scramble down begin. I gotta get down to that lake down there, or right on the right hand side. where the snow is above the lake. And once I get there, it's pretty easy going. And I just have a whole bunch of snow to cross and back to the trailhead. So it shouldn't take too long here. I should probably make pretty steady progress. This has pretty much just been a controlled fall these last few miles. Slip sliding on this snow. But hey, as bad as that sounds, it's getting me down a lot faster than I came up. So I'm not complaining. Only slipped and wiped out a couple times, but it's been fun. And the sun has went away, which means it's not scorching hot out. I don't have to keep all buffed up. So I'm happy about that as well. I love it. Made it through the majority of the snow slog. There's still snow up ahead, but it's not on a slope. It's just kind of rolling hills. But I got a little less than 6 miles to go. Just need to grind that out. Then we'll be done. Should be done within 2 hours. That's my goal. So I'm gonna put the head down, put the rubber to the road, the feet to the trail, whatever you want to say, and get her done. I made it back to the trailhead. Finally. That took just over 10 hours to go about 24.5 miles with about 6,500 feet of elevation gain. That's way more than I was expecting to do today. This snafu with the permit ended up costing me a little over 11 miles and about 1,500 extra feet of elevation gain. So needless to say, almost a marathon. Just a casual almost marathon on your average Thursday day, I guess. But yeah, I am beat now. That snow, as fun as it looks going down, it was really difficult to control myself from sliding, and there was all these divots. So it was kind of a pain. It took a lot of work, but regardless, it took me 6 hours to get up there and 5 hours back down. So I did save a lot of time on the way back down. But yeah, the moral of the story is just double check permits for wildernesses. I've checked for peaks, but I didn't think to check for wilderness permits. Usually there's a self-register station, but over at the other trailhead, they said you had to book it in advance if you were parking there. So I had to come here and self-register, but it is what it is. I think that's gonna wrap it up for this one. Thanks for coming along, and we'll see you guys out on the trail.